It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett, and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello, viewers out there. You're welcome once again to yet another wonderful edition of Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Acho. Salifu Usman is right here with me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit once again.
Thank you.
Well, yesterday on Sports Orbit, we previewed that match a lot of Nigerians were looking forward to. That's talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria versus the Bayana of South Africa. Recall that, like they said, that match was dubbed the final before the final, and this time around, a lot of Nigerians, their expectations were actually cut short as the Super Falcons of, Bayana of South Africa once again defeated the Super Falcons after, that their defeat against the Falcons in that Aisha Buhari Invitational. We all thought the Super Falcons would be out for revenge, but I think the Bayana look like they actually want to go all out for this trophy this time around.
Yeah, if you are talking of revenge, you can only dare somebody that I'm going to beat you or I'm going to pay you back. Based on your confidence, based on what you have done, the strength you have. But when you don't have a strength, even if somebody beat you, you cannot even dare the person or even dare the person. But it just clearly shows that we used to dominate South Africa.
Yeah.
But if you look at the history and the head-to-head by the head-to-head of the game, it clearly shows that the South Africans have their hand of flesh against Nigeria.
Exactly.
And now it clearly shows that instead of it's now the opposite side, South Africa are the one dominating Nigeria. Now, if you look at the last 5 matches between Nigeria and South Africa, South Africa have won 3 of this match, while Nigeria has only drawn 2. So it clearly shows that the South Africa are not having the upper hand against South Africa. And it is only if you don't watch the match between South Africa and Nigeria in the Asia Cup final, it's only those that didn't win that match that could still dream or expect that Super Falcons are going to get their pound of play against the South African. Because if you look at the South African team clearly shows that they know what they want and that they are working towards it. If you look at the South African team, while we are still recycling the old players, we still have the like of Onome playing, so Diga, name the Shikelu, all of them. So why South Africa have moved from them? The generation of the players who play against Onome, Shikelus and the rest have all give way. They have a very useful jubilant team within the average of 20, 23 and thereabout. The only old players in the South Africa team is their captain, and for experience sake, they just keep that player there. And if you look at in terms of athletic, they are mobile, they are very athletic, and they have the fit, fully fit compared to our team. And at the same time, in going to the technical crew and the coaching department, it clearly shows that Randy Rondo, I think the NFF need to review his contract because that guy, I don't think there's no need in go all the way to South Africa, all the way to United States of America, when they have dominated the women football. US women football are the best we can have in the world at the moment. They have dominated our women football for a very long time. And if we go there, we couldn't get the best coach. It clearly shows us one drum is not who we are looking for.
Completely. I mean, the Nigerians were actually outplayed that match. The likes of Oshualand, the rest of it, like we're saying, and before we came on the show, she was clearly injured in that match. A coach, who knows what he's doing when a player is injured, you take them off because the more the player stays on the pitch, it means you're playing
You are
one man down.
or even aggravating the situation.
Exactly. Then you're playing one man down because there's no way that player can lift up their game. But for reasons best known to him, he left her on, but we still suffered a defeat in that one.
There's no any reason that would be best known to a coach when you're having a half fit or even less than half fit player on the player.
Yeah.
Osuara pick injury in the early side or in that maybe it could be a game plan for the South African and then rush on her and get her injured because they know as far as if full fit Osuara on the pitch, it's always a threat to South African defense. And they make sure they went after her and get her injured. And instead of a coach would have think, well, you have a player on the bench. What would have do is to remove her at that early stage and introduce a player who can keep defense on their toe. But unfortunately, he left Oshuala on the bench until Oshuala herself know that he can no longer go. Before I ask for a shield, and who do you bring? You bring Francis Bodega. Where you have Monday gift to Monday on the bench, and if you watch Monday gift in the last Super 6 when he for playing for Bayana United, he's almost a 6 goal, and he was the star. He was the star of the tournament.
Yeah.
Even if you look at the match against Mali in the Aisha Cup, it is Monday that came to our rescue. Scored the two brace there. So why should they keep short a player on the bench? And if you're looking at the team the squad taken to South Africa, it's only 2 home base that were part of that team.
Yeah.
Why before there's our women national team, 50% of the players are always from the home. But this man came just like Raw and another just like Raw, all foreign players. And those foreign players are just old players. Right. When we have women players at home who are doing well, for instance, nothing is wrong for me if I'm not a coach, but nothing is wrong in a Bayelsa team, Bayelsa Queen, who am the champions of Nigeria Women League. If you want to, at least you can have 3 players from there. At the same time, even the Niger Rectel, who came second, playing football in Abuja, they are fantastic players in those teams. What's wrong that we don't have any single player from those clubs? Are you telling that almost our 12 club playing in the Nigerian Women League, there's no player to find to play in the national team? And yet, if you bring the foreign-based players, yes, but the foreign-based players are proved that they are not equal to the task.
Exactly. Well, Super Falcons play their next game on Thursday, and let's hope that they get a victory because anything short of a victory in their next game, I think it's time to start packing their bags gradually from Morocco.
Let the truth be told, from the Super Falcon I saw yesterday, unless some surgical operation needs to be done between now and Thursday. If not, even the run dream of say where he started to get the World Cup ticket, we may not get the World Cup ticket.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, they really
but
have to.
There's nothing to inspire in Nigeria as a fan or as Nigerian to inspire you that this team can give you a World Cup ticket. Not even to talk of retaining the title. The tournament will have dominated for a very long time.
And we'll see how that pans out. The next match comes up on Thursday, and we'll also give you a preview and be looking forward to that one. Also, away from that now to some club football where the Moroccan club Awades has appointed Gara Gombe of Nigeria, actually the CEO of Green Sports Center Limited, as a consultant to Moroccan Awades club that's in Casablanca. Well, I think good one for him to get such recognition from, other parts of Africa. It means that there's something good that he's been doing that has, gotten to, the notice or gotten the attention of, teams outside of Africa and not Africa for that matter.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes, in North Africa for that matter, for a North African to look up from Nigeria in terms of ordinarily, we have said in North African, in terms of club management, the take of the organization, they possess better organization than the country. But our own problem in Nigeria is not that we are not lacking the talent. We have the talent, we have the capacity, we have the play. But what we're lacking is the environmental factors and the enabling environment for people who enable environment for Nigerians to triumph. That is the only challenge. Garang will be there. We may know some of us at home, they may not appreciate what he has been doing in Nigeria. But they see that here is in North Africa, only from Morocco, find him, we are giving opportunities to help them as a consultant, to help them package the club. And I have given him to even organize to arrange it if you don't tournament for the club.
So I mean that's a good one for him. So we also from Sports Orbit congratulate him on that one. And I mean knowing his pedigree, I mean I have no doubt that he's going to deliver on that mandate. Away from that now to the NPFL, where the relegation of MFM FC has finally been confirmed. MFM is the first team to be relegated in the 2021-2022 season of the league. Actually, it was following that defeat 2-1 to Niger Tornadoes. And I mean, like we've been saying this, the signs were there right from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
MFM, they hovered between the 18th and 20th position from the first match of the season up to this point. Same for Heartland. And like we said clearly last week, no, even 2 weeks ago, I had said I do not see any magic happening for MFM. And clearly,
and then we're not even ready for any magic to happen.
At all.
There's no sign to us.
At all. And their woes were compounded. We were not even helped by the matter that severally MFM, that used to be a team who had some sort of, were not so really known for their fans have been violent. Their fans beginning to become violent, and that led them to be banished from the Agege Stadium to Ogun State in Kenya, where they've been playing, and that hasn't helped them. And finally, after how many years in the top flight now, we'll be going down to battle in the NNL. And you know how these things happen. Once you drop to the lower league, coming back becomes very, very difficult.
And for a private
club for that matter,
it's really sad and very disheartening that apart from Remo Star now, apart from the Remo Star, we used to have MFF and then the Ifan Yuba as a private owned club. Ifan Yuba were relegated. Now MFF is going down the same way. It doesn't sound well for our league and doesn't sound well for our development of football. MFF, I don't know what happened this year that the mountain of fire, there are no more fire. Even the prayer warriors and all the prayer warriors at the mountain of fire cease to pray for the club. So, well, there's nothing anybody can do about it. But hope that the management should not just give up on the club. They need to pop in or whatever what they used to do before, pop in more sponsors, so I want to give more energy to the club and probably launch more player, become more player warriors about the club so that the club can bounce back. MFL used to be very known. There was even the season they were more competing for the title.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they will find them on unfamiliar terrain on relegation from the day one, and it was finally confirmed at the weekend. So, well, we wish them well and we wish them hope that they will be able to put their ass together and bounce back next season.
Now it's left to be seen which other two clubs will join MFM to the lower division. Well, the race is still very tight, but from
the candidates are
the
candidates
for
are Dakar FC, Heartland, and Kasida United.
I would have said for points maybe a Tornadoes, Lobby Stars would have, but for why I feel Heartland might be relegated, Heartland too haven't been impressive all season. Especially their matter has not been helped with the fact that recall that severally in the course of the season there are issues of they being old, so the motivation has been very low. So they've lost so many matches. So I really don't think Heartland will escape also.
Well, the motivation may be very, very low. We hope that the Governor Hope once you couldn't have hope for him
at all.
Hope
then give
so maybe they hope because of the remaining too much to come now. Will now do the magic and give them hope and motivate them, spike their spirit up, pay them all their outstanding and promise them and let them go to the pitch and die and break their leg and escape the relegation.
At least they must win at least their last two matches. To be sure of anything.
And to be sure of anything, they must win their last two home matches and hope that the likes of Katsina United, Kano Pillars, and the Shooting Star didn't get a result. Or even Lobby Star is not yet escape because Lobby Star are still on 46 points.
Well, so I can assure you Lobby Stars will win in the last two matches. I'm sure Lobby Stars will win one. And all Lobby Stars need to do is win one match. And they are almost home and dry.
Winning one match and still hoping the other result go your way.
I'm telling you,
It's not even
for
dry.
Dakada, Atlant, Katsina United.
Okay, for
these
instance, okay,
teams
no,
have not been
let's
too-
just analyze it. For instance, if Heartland win one of the match, and Heartland win their remaining two matches, remaining two matches now that will give them 6 points. They'll go on 50 points.
50 points.
And if Lobby win only one match, they'll be on 49 points. The same thing if Katsina United or let's say Dakar FC also win their remaining two matches. They also go on the same point with 49.
49,
49 if Lobby Stars just only win one match. And if you're talking of goal difference, yes, Lobby Stars at the moment have a better goal difference than compared to Dakadas and Heartland, just with -10, and what they do have -12 or -13. But to be on the safer side, Lobby Stars need to ensure they win the one match and draw one.
At least they win, and the 4 points is enough to.
And draw one.
Yeah,
The 4
4
points is
enough to.
well, even though win one, and hoping that the other
team,
result go on their favor.
Yeah, exactly.
But why not? Why are you leaving your hope or your destiny on another person's hand where
So
you
you
have
just have to
where
go
you have
out
it
and
you have
play
it
your
in your
game.
hand to fight for yourself.
Of course, also for the remaining teams to fill up the top 4 Remo Stars. Well, that is still open. Well, 2 more games to play, and this will go to the wire.
I don't think that is still open. Plateau United as good as finished second.
No, I know. I mean,
That
for
one-
third and fourth position.
Then
Third and fourth
for
position.
the remaining Continental, that's a CAF Confederation Cup ticket. Remo Stars and Kwara United, and at the same time, Remo Stars and Kwara United and Rangers.
No, up to Eyimba. Still
Yes,
have a chance.
Enyimba may be pretty difficult because Remo Stars, it is now all the Remo Stars need to is to win one match. If they win one match, that means they were it's still the ultimate fight will just be between Remo Stars and Kwara United and Rangers.
Rangers are still with me too. Well, that's that for that. Anyway, at this point, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that break. You're still on to Sports Orbit now. To basketball, where the Tigers of Nigeria actually defeated Uganda in their second game at the FIBA 2023 FIBA qualifiers. Recall that they lost their first game narrowly to Cape Verde. Well, I won't call it a narrow defeat. It was 70-79 in that one, but they came back to defeat Uganda 18. Not 18-17, but 91-72 actually in that one, and they won their second game against Uganda. Congrats to them. But looking at that first one before we even go to this one, Cape Verde has always been a problem for the Tigers over the years. And once again, in that first match, Cape Verde showed them once again that they have the edge over the Tigers in that one. But good enough, they're able to bounce back against Uganda.
Well, I wouldn't say the Cape Verde have the edge over Nigeria, but just like you say, they have been always a troublesome opponent, and they have always given the Tigers a run for their money anytime they meet. But going by what we passed through and what we went through, it is expected that there will be mass rusting, and
of course.
even the morale is still very, very down.
Even the caliber of players we won't have on parade.
Of the player will have on parade, everything is very down. So it was expected, but the good thing is that the team were able to put their ass together and then bounce back against Uganda. So let's hope that the next match, what they are going to do in the next. If they get the qualification, that will be a very fantastic one.
Yeah.
If they don't get, I will crucify them.
No, at all. I mean, it's
expected.
It's expected. And like you said, it's none of their fault really, because, like they say, when two elephants fight, the grass suffer. And in this case, the crisis in the MBBF has not helped any of the basketball teams. So you don't expect them to just come out of a crisis and go all out and blaze everybody out. So it's a pretty difficult situation for them.
If you do ask me, we should at the moment we shouldn't lay more emphasis about international competition when it comes to basketball. Those who manage the affair of the basketball should be most concerned about the development of basketball at the grassroots here. Because for the grassroots league has suffered for a very long time. But it's clearly, I was surprised that although the noise is still not yet the noise is not yet central, but all of a sudden all you can see from Musaki that he just assemble the players and then they go for a continental company without even giving a thought of how to think about the development of the game at home.
All right, away from that, number two, some football talking about Super Eagles goalkeeper and of course also goalie for Watford. That's Monica Okoye said he is ready and available for selection by the Super Eagles. Recall that a few weeks ago there are speculations that he turned down invitations to play for the Eagles. Even keeper's trainer, Coach Romo, said he had spoken with him, but Madka didn't categorically say he had turned down the team, but he needed to settle down in his new club. Watford. Recall that he made that move from the Dutch league to Watford, but unfortunately he's joined them as they've been relegated. But he will start from there all the same. But he said he needed to settle down. But there were rumors flying all over the place. Recall that even in the tour of the US, he asked to be excused from that tour, and there were rumors that he was not interested in playing for Nigeria again. But he has come out even over the weekend. An official of the media office, that's Ayo Ibitapo of the NFF, has said that those rumors are just rumors, but he actually spoke with Maduka, and Maduka said he will be available for selection when Nigeria resumes its AFCON qualifiers in September.
Alpha, just like let's be realistic. No player is bigger than Nigeria.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't look as if one player is so special. No player is indispensable. And for the way the Nigerian Football Federation and the officials are playing about it, as Steve something so special about Maduka, it doesn't get to me. I don't understand it. We have players, we have goalkeepers. Goalkeepers are plenty. Even at the domestic home front, except that we are not even ready. Have several goalkeepers who are playing in the Nigerian league. And even though, to me, even the Francis Zoko, who have baptized him in his absence, he has not done badly. So you shouldn't look as if Okoye is one of the four of this country, or Kakasilas, or several big names with goalkeeping. If what should the Nigerian football being the one telling us that Okoye is ready.
Exactly.
Okoye has a channel to communicate to Nigeria.
Exactly.
He has his Twitter, and he's posted on his Twitter and sent Nigeria. No, I've not done that. Nigeria, I'm ready. Well, no, I don't think we are missing him. If he's ready to play, then
I haven't missed him at all. I mean, there are so many players who are ready to.
I don't understand what the whole knows about Okoye is ready to play. He's dumping Nigeria. Dumping Nigeria. How can who is okay to dump Nigeria? Rather than yes, they want to dump him. We'll give him a big role. He was playing in the fourth division when he started. He was oriented to national team. And for now, when he comes to the Super Eagles, you see how his career has progressed.
Actually, I agree with you completely. Away from that now to a very story I'll call rather ridiculous. Well, this kind of things happen over and over in Africa, where Sierra Leone FA is already investigating two matches that were played in the league, where one of them the score ended 91-1, while the other one was 95-0. Salifu, when I saw this story, I mean, I just knew that it's something that we had to talk about on this show, because I just couldn't stop laughing. How can look, if you play a game for 90 minutes, that means in every 2 minutes, a ball was going into the net.
Every 1 minute.
Every 1 minute, rather.
Every 1 minute.
Because football here is 90 minutes. So every 1 minute. So it was, even in basketball game, you don't score every minute. But in this place, you can imagine 91 one, the other one was.
Even in a football game, even like me say you are playing against empty opponent side, the empty net, and there's no anybody on the side. If you score a goal, it will take you to carry the ball, to come to the center, to pass and start the game before go and score. So even within that process, you cannot still not meet up to that 91 goal. But just like you say, you only hear this kind of story.
It's in Africa, exactly.
It has happened in Nigeria before.
Yeah, but was it what it was? That Nigeria was about 13-1.
No, not 10. I think about something goal was scored. It was 76.
I remember one scenario where I think it was between either Kaduna United
one
or
from Gombe by Bayana or
yes,
something
they
like
needed
that.
to win by at least 13-0 to qualify to the NPFL or something. Yeah,
and those players and the officials up to the Nigeria have abandoned those players.
no, of course.
So,
I mean,
now since ahead of Sierra score 95 goals, even in basketball team, you can't score 95 goals and the opponent level score.
Exactly. I mean, it's really
it's really ridiculous that Africa will keep on making mockery of ourselves and then make us.
I think this should be investigated thoroughly.
A laughing stock. I think the Sierra FA should take action on this, and those that are responsible to it should not be spared. They should make them to face the music.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Away from that, now to some tennis where 20-time champion that is talking about Roger Federer plans to play one more Wimbledon before he finally calls it quits. He said, "I hope I can come back one more time. I've missed it here," said the 8-time champion as he attended a special ceremony to mark the 100th anniversary of Center Court. The 40-year-old winner of 20 Grand Slam titles has been out of action since a quarter-final loss at the tournament in 2021 before undergoing another bout of surgery. So for Federer, he had a knee surgery after the last Wimbledon, and since then he's been out of action. But he's been recuperating gradually, and just like we're talking about sportsmen of these days, he is showing no signs of retiring. He has never even hinted that he's planning to hang his racket or anything like that. I mean, he's ready to continue to play on.
His name still rings bell within the court, and I believe the fans at the movie, the expectation at the movie at the moment are actually missing him. And we hope that if it's left for him, just like you say, if his body can still push him, but why not? Why not push him, give him another second chance, another chance to play probably win another slam before he retires. So the three those big guys, there's Djokovic and the Nadal and Federer. So Federer, which Federer should still come? We still need the three of them to still keep the tennis game busy.
Yeah, I mean, they've dominated that sport for quite a long time. That even exactly that even the younger guys are still finding it very hard to break him, because every season, if Djokovic is not doing it, Nadal is doing it. So once in a while, Medvedev comes in to do it, but it's been very, very difficult.
Even the British guy at the Morris.
At the point, it was like the big four, but gradually
he only managed to win a Grand Slam and one win, and then injury was not even no time to injury that also hit him.
Yeah. So this man have been of good service to the sport, and I mean, what more can you say about Federer alongside with the other two players? Well, away from that, and to some transfer news before we leave, where Chelsea has confirmed the signing of Danish defender Christian Eriksen from Chelsea. The news was confirmed today. Also, he was unveiled alongside Frank Kessie, who was also bought from AC Milan. So Barca has been quite busy also in the market.
Yeah, but they are still waiting for the ultimate signing, which is Lewandowski. It appears that says a lot of leaking says and no more. No new one has come in. So I hope Chelsea their hope to get more players will not just be jeopardized.
And to think that they've lost two quality defenders.
When we are just making noise about signing the big boys, Ronaldo's, Neymar, and then you allow your team and being depleted. Well, I hope the Thomas has an answer to provide for this kind of a thing.
I think the new
Whether you
owner,
like it or not, the time is already going.
yeah,
Very
definitely.
soon, this is July we are. Very soon we'll enter August and the league will start.
The
And
league
the
will start.
matter will be up.
I think the new owner is still trying to.
They are just
trying
making
to
noise. We
settle
hear
down.
this
Exactly.
today, we hear
Every
this
day,
today, we hear
yes.
this today, and no clearly new signing coming in, and we are allowing players to go.
To leave.
As worse as Lukaku may be, Lukaku has left. Just the young man you mentioned, the defender that went to Real Madrid,
Yeah,
Rodri has gone, and then Christian has also left. So they need to do something about it before they become another Arsenal in the
Also, Man United also confirmed the signing of Tyrell Malacia a few hours ago from Feyenoord, so he was officially unveiled today in a new 4-year deal. So that's another transfer news update. Well, that we draw the curtain on today's episode of Sports Orbit. Well, tomorrow is another day. We'll bring you the midweek edition of the show. Salifu, thank you for being in the studio once again.
Thank you.
All right, tomorrow is another day. We'll bring you a bigger, refreshing, and more exciting package. Stay safe out there. My name is Alpha Cho, and it's goodbye from here.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.